my very first meetup and why I went. I'm Jackie Elmer. Subscribe to the channel and catch my playlist on all things carnivore-ish here on YouTube. Why did I attend my very first meetup? Well, in July 2025, I ventured up to the beautiful state of Montana, to Bozeman to be exact. And one of the things that brought me there was I was super excited to meet the author of the Carnivore Diet, Dr. Shawn Baker. There were also other doctors there, and you can view my video right here on the doctors panel where I share some of the insights and takeaways. And then I'll also link my recap of the Steak and Butter Gang Meetup. That was their first annual, and the second one's already planned for next year. One of the biggest reasons, as I mentioned, was to meet the doctors. I had been doing this protocol for about 8-9 months with some real failures and some definite successes, but I wanted to really get out in a community. I wanted to be around other people. I wanted to sit down over steak and learn the stories of other people. What brought them to carnivore? What were the issues that they were dealing with? What advice did they have for me? What were some of their failures getting started? I've shared before, I jumped into it too quickly, and I don't recommend that for anyone. I recommend determining a why, setting a plan, and easing into it very gently so that you don't throw your body into a shock syndrome, which is kind of what I did. Not quite as bad as it sounds. I didn't have to call 911 or any of that, but I started this whole procedure of what's called oxalate dumping. You can watch my video on that, where I explain exactly what happened to me, and I share what I learned through Sally K. Norton's Toxic Superfoods and how I would do things differently if I was starting over today. But it was really important to me to get out in that community and meet other people. It's so fun, this carnivore thing. There are so many puns that you can do with it. It's just amazing. I like to say now it gives a whole new meaning to holy cow. There's a lot of isms that I've developed from this. But the one thing that I wanted to say is that really is the most important thing. I hear very often from people a couple of questions, and I'm doing a video on that too. How do I convince my family and friends to do this too? People are asking me questions and I don't know how to answer them. I feel uncomfortable in social settings. I just wanted to be out among people who didn't think I was weird for starting this, could relate to a lot of my symptoms, could share their own stories of success and struggles and give me some insight as to what they did, what they experienced, and let me see for myself or write down some ideas of some different things I might try. I have to tell you, coming back from that, one of the things that I realized is that I'm under eating. So I'm not eating enough because I am different than a lot of people. I lost weight. I lost about 11 pounds that I didn't really have to lose. Now, part of that certainly had to do with not carnivore itself, but the oxalate dumping that I was experiencing, which for me mostly was in my elimination system, my digestive system, my elimination system, and it was so uncomfortable. And so I was subconsciously eating less food so I would poop less, just to be completely honest. And it was, part of me was conscious of it, and part of me it was subconscious, that I was just thinking, if I can just slow down what's going in, I could heal that part of my body. And that's where I say, if I had it to do over again, I would have eased into it more gently, for sure. But I just wanted to get around those people who could share those similar stories. So when I hear that, how do I convince people? The thing is, you don't really need to. Surround yourself with a community of people who don't think you're strange, aren't going to question your motives, are going to listen to you, and are going to share with you what their experiences were. And that's what helps you build your confidence, your skill set, and your own healing story and healing journey so that you can get out there and talk to other people without trying to convince them, without trying to change anyone, by simply letting you do you, letting them do them, and at the same time, not being afraid to share what you're experiencing. Are you healing? Are you losing weight? If you're one of those people that's looking to lose weight or cure some chronic illness, you will inspire people just through your own journey as the weight begins to drop off you. I shared in my recap of Steak and Butter Gang Meetup, I shared the story, or he shared a story of Todd, who has already lost over 350 pounds and is, has another 2 to 300 that he intends to lose. His story is so inspiring. There were lots of people like that who shared inspiring stories. And not only did they lose the weight, but as they lost the weight, they were able to get up off the couch and walk again for the first time. Their chronic inflammation and joint issues, so many things went away. Irritable bowel syndrome. There were people there who had, had large amounts of their intestines removed with Crohn's disease and, their gallbladders and so many different things. As the standard American doctor, sad as, I think I just made confetti come down. Hopefully it'll show up in the video. That's what happens when you're recording on Zoom. But, as Dr. Kilt said, the SAD means the standard American diet and the standard American doctor. And unfortunately, today you have to be wary of both because they don't necessarily have your best interests at heart all the time. Because so many of us we get our blood panels done, we get different things, and we almost feel gaslit by the medical community telling us there's really nothing wrong with you. There's really nothing wrong with you. But when you can get around people who've experienced the same things and they share with you what their journey is and how they've lost the weight, they've healed the chronic disease, they've gotten off the medications. Not that they're going to tell you what to do or that you should be doing that. Nobody's giving medical advice. They're simply sharing different things that they've tried and saying, I don't know if it'll work for you like it did for me, but what if it does? So I'm going to be attending Meatstock 2026 in May of next year, and I hope that you'll be attending there with me. I'm bringing some friends along, and it's sure to be a great time. I met the founder of that, Scott Everson. He was at Steak and Butter Gang Meetup, and I got to spend some time with him. And again, it was so enlightening and encouraging to talk to a complete stranger and a guy, someone quite different than me, but who was experiencing so many of the same symptoms, only even worse. I mean, his story, when you hear it, it's so inspiring and so scary at the same time, but also so very encouraging to know that we can move forward, we can heal ourselves. So what I want to really recommend for you, get yourself to a meetup, a carnivore event, even if it's a daytime event. If you're in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area, please reach out to me. You can go to peakperformancehabits.com. That's my main website. You can contact me through that. Let me know you are in my area. I would like to start just running some little coffee chats where we get together around the valley and talk. Or if you're going to be attending any of these, please let me know so that we can make sure to connect, so that we can be supportive of each other. I'm working avidly in my own community to find local farmers, to find a raw milk dairy facility, somewhere where we can get these more wholesome type foods so that we can get back to that ancestral style of eating, heal our bodies, lose the weight, clear up the brain issues, and go on to live that functional longevity type lifestyle. If you've heard me for a while, then you know that I've shared that my goal is to be a centenarian, and I don't mean bedridden or on the couch or in a wheelchair. I'm talking about fully functional, participating with my grandkids and maybe even great grandkids, and really living it up and enjoying life, hiking, working out, being that buff woman, and incorporating all things fantastic until I take my last breath. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give this video a like, leave me a comment, and let me know what some of your goals are. Certainly let me know if you've been to a carnivore event or a meetup. Let me know if you're attending any of them. Certainly let me know if you're in the Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona area, and make sure you grab my guide at lowertoxiclife.com. I'm Jackie Elmer. Thanks for spending this time with me today.